What's going on? It's your boy Zan Dretti from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm checking in with Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
A rainy day in the gig. Stick to the plan I did. Stick to the plan I did. A rainy day in the gig. Stick to the plan I did. Stick to the I did. Stick to the plan I did.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Boom. Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. Listen, we got Tennessee checking in. Shout out to Zan Dretti, all the way from Chattanooga. Yes. Am I saying that right? I've always wondered, because I hear people saying Chattanooga. What's the proper way to say it? Let's start right there.
Yeah, I think the Chattanooga natives will say Chattanooga. Most of the time, people that aren't from there will say Chattanooga.
Right. They leave that A out.
They leave the A out for whatever reason.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
Y'all get it right. Or you just say Chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Gig City, all that.
All that. Give me some love first and foremost, man. Boom. Under there. Period. Yeah. You drove out here today. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you making that ride out here. Shout out. I got to show some love to Quattro Cinco.
For sure. Absolutely.
Man, he's definitely been sending some artists from the city out here. So we love you, bro. Appreciate you.
Shout out 4-5.
Yes. Go ahead and give us that official introduction.
I'm Zan Dretti from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm a musician, producer, a podcaster, just multimedia connoisseur. I don't know.
All around dope dude, man.
I appreciate that. All around dope dude.
Yeah.
And but yeah, the music is what's driven us here.
100%. Absolutely. Listen, I really always like to start out by taking it back because it's important people understand your journey. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You had to work hard to get to where you're at.
Yes.
You were born and raised in Chat?
I was actually born in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
My dad was in the Army.
Yes,
so
makes sense.
You know, an Army brat, Army baby, briefly. My parents are from Chattanooga. So my dad got out the Army in 96 or so, and then we all moved back to Chattanooga. So I've been there most of my life. I'm from there. Just not born there, but
understood.
From there for sure.
Are your parents in Chattanooga as well right now?
Yes, yep.
Shout out to your dad. Thank you for your service. Salute to you. My son was also in the Army as well, so definitely. That is dope, man. So you grew up in Chattanooga. That's really home for you. That's what you know. Definitely. What was your childhood like? What were you into?
Music.
Yeah.
You know, it started early for me. My parents played a lot of, just a lot of different kinds of music in the house. We had the big floor speakers, you know.
I remember them.
Yeah, with the CD player. Kenwoods. And so, man, my parents would be playing Al Green, Barry White, Eric Clapton. I mean, just a crazy range of artists and genres.
Yeah.
And I really just fell in love with the music and the sounds and everything. So music has been kind of at the forefront for me. I started playing piano. That was my first instrument. I was 6 at the time. So that kind of began my musical journey.
Yes.
Before I was writing or anything like that, I was just playing the piano, and that was the birth of the love of the music. Sure.
I love that. And it sounds like you can attribute some of that to your parents because, like you said, they were playing. That's so funny because I have the same exact. My dad's always been into music. He had them big floor speakers. They were Kenwoods. That's how I remember them things with the big subwoofer in them and blasting the neighbors out. But that, I think, inspires us and instills that into us from a young age.
Absolutely.
Was sports ever an interest for you?
It was, but I was not athletically gifted.
Understood. Me neither.
As a kid.
I can't run fast.
Yeah. I was like, you know, but I've always loved sports.
Yeah.
I always had an affinity for sports, but didn't really get into sports until high school. I did track and field.
Okay.
In high school.
That seems to be popular. Shout out to Nick Burning Up Blaze. We were talking about his son currently has been getting medals and stuff for running track. My son ran track. So you dusting them out there.
Well, I was field events. I did shot put and discus, but
that's still dope
I had a
though.
little speed on me. A little speed.
He lied. He was dusting them. He's just being modest right now. No, that is fire. That is dope. When did what came first? Music production for you or an artist?
Artist
okay.
first. I got into the production probably some years after I started just writing and recording music.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to make beats for a while, but it was the music first.
So let's talk about that journey. You know, I know you grew up in a household, you know, parents playing all the good music, all the good vibes and stuff like that. Yeah. When did you start, you know, tapping into actually writing music and recording it? About how old were you?
I can remember writing music or just writing poems even at probably 10. I think I wrote my first poem, I was 10, and that ended up becoming songwriting. A
little love letter poem?
Love, probably so. A little crush I had. Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, that's where it started. And then 13 or 14, I started, you know, figuring out how to actually write verses and hooks. And then I recorded my first record. It was probably 14 or so. So, yeah.
On the songs that you're doing, when you first started doing them, how many bars were you doing?
Oh, I was just rapping.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even count the bars. I was like just excited to be here and just
understood.
Like, I can't believe I'm creating my own music and recording my own voice. And so a lot of bars.
Understood. It's like 16.
Yes.
Do you feel like now that time has evolved, you're shortening that up at this point? Or are you still doing 16-bar songs?
Every now and then I like to get a good 16.
Yeah.
You know, times have changed a little bit, so the verses are more like 12s or so now. But I like to get a nice 16 in if I can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, it's your journey.
Absolutely.
It is your journey. You know, there's some rules we have to follow in the industry when it comes to like your actual business.
Right.
But the creation part, I feel like it's your journey. You do what works for you.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. Are you still a writer?
Yes, I'm still a writer. I don't write as much as I used to when I first started. Now it's a lot of just kind of freestyling, or I like to punch in sometimes too, just to capture the real raw feeling. But I'll write sometimes. I guess it's like a 75-25 split. Just depends on the feeling. Sometimes it's like right then I'm like, oh, I got to just say this right now.
Yeah.
I don't even want to write it or waste it. I gotta just get this out now. And then some records I like to sit with for days sometimes and pen the record. So it really just depends on the vibe.
Got you. When it comes to your writing, are you putting pen to paper or are you doing it on your phone? Or a little bit of both?
On my phone.
Yeah.
I haven't been pen to paper in like a long time.
Do you think that's outdated now?
Yeah, just because everything is on the phone, the notepad. I mean, it's just easier to just pin it with the thumbs. Yep.
Do you voice chat on? That's how I do. I'd be like, I talk and have it type it up on my phone because it's quicker. You ever try that method?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I will voice record, but I haven't tried the voice to text.
Yeah, that's how I send my text messages, my emails. Sometimes you got to go back and correct it a little bit, but it's so much faster than blah, 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 blah. So
that's true.
Maybe try that out sometime.
I will.
Definitely. How often are you releasing music right now?
I kind of slowed up some. I had been on a pretty quick clip, just putting out multiple projects per year. So I've really slowed up. I like to try to put something out every month if I can now. That's just seems like more of a realistic kind of way to do things versus multiple projects or multiple whatever it is at one time. I like to be able to now kind of isolate and focus on what I'm putting out.
I think you're doing a great job and doing it the right way. You know, I tell artists, you know, it's in order to get in the algorithms like on Spotify and Apple and stuff, you got to release music every 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Very consistently. Not to say you got to necessarily push each one. You could focus on one and still be releasing music.
Right.
And then now you move over to the next one. It's already there, uploaded, ready to go.
Yeah.
And some people might stumble across it along the way, you know, searching for your name. Like, oh, I ain't heard this song. Let me check it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Just making it available for people, I think, is the biggest key now, because people don't know what they like yet, but you just got to keep giving it to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me ask you this. I see it being talked about a ton on social media, and I'm in agreement with it. A lot of artists are looking to get back into direct to consumer, actually selling their music. Yeah. I've been putting a lot of people on game with even.biz. I got to get y'all for an interview. It's a platform. I don't know everything about it but what I've learned is you can upload your music on there. People can stream it, but they can also buy it from you on there.
Okay.
You could set a bottom line price. Hey, I want to sell this song for $1, but I can come along and say, you know what, I'm gonna give them $5 for it and pay $5.
Okay.
So check them out. Do you feel like that's a good option is for artists to get back to direct to consumer sales with their music?
Absolutely, especially for independent artists. I think that we in a time now to where people just want a good product.
Yeah.
They're willing to pay for it for the first time in a while. And we've just got examples now of people going direct to consumer and having success at many levels with that. So I think it's the perfect move.
100%. Yeah. La Russell's definitely an example of that. He's a part of the even.biz situation. You know, like I don't know if he's like an ambassador for them or something, but he makes a lot of money doing the direct to consumer sales. So check them out for sure. I'm not endorsed by them or nothing. I just think that it's a great opportunity for artists to be able to actually sell their music on their platform. So absolutely. Yeah. So you said production came into play a little bit after you started becoming a music artist.
Yes.
What made you decide to do that? Was it because you couldn't find beats you liked, or you just wanted to, you know, test your skills out?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah.
At that time, you know, a lot of beats and production wasn't as readily available as it is now.
Yeah.
To where you have programs like BeatStars where you can really link with producers and lock in and buy beats and all kind of stuff. At that time, it was like,
where do I find them?
Yeah, you can just take what you get or make your own. And so that was kind of what pushed me to make my own instead of freestyling over other people's beats.
Yeah.
I knew I kind of needed my own songs.
So the very first beat of yours that got rapped on, was it by you or someone else?
The very first beat that I rapped on?
Or like the very first beat that you made that someone actually rapped on, was it you or someone else?
The first beat I made, I'm pretty sure I rapped on the first beat I made.
You're like, I could test it out.
Yeah, you gotta get a good feel for it. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it was me first on that.
Since then, have you been having other artists jump on your beats, whether rapping or singing? Or
I have. Yeah, I have. I'd like to grow that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I've just been primarily an artist, you know, but I love producing for people. That just gives me a chance to put a different hat on and see what I can bring out of other people.
Exactly. That's got to be like, honestly, if I was a music producer like Jay Fresh is and yourself, that would be one of the most exciting things for me. I think if I spend the time, make the beat, and actually hear it come to fruition, like come to life with someone else singing on it, rapping on it, that would be dope, man.
It is. It's a great feeling because, you know, when you're making a beat, you don't know what the artist is going to do with it. You might be kind of rapping or singing along as you're making it, but when you give it to that artist or you pull it up for that artist and they come with their energy, it's like, whoa. Like I wouldn't have even done that with this record. So that's exciting to me. It's very exciting.
What's your producer tag sound like?
I do not have an official producer tag.
He got to make an official producer tag. Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If anybody want to help with a producer tag, tap in. But yeah, no, I for a while I was using Currency soundbite.
Yeah.
Where he was saying Dretti most slept on. That was my tag for a while, and then I stopped because I was like, well, I don't know if it's okay to use somebody's soundbite as a tag.
Understood.
But I guess, like, looking back, it might not have mattered much.
Absolutely. Or you could actually just recreate that.
There you go.
You know, just recreate that because I like that tag. You know what I'm saying? So recreate, either you do it or have someone else do it. That would be fire.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah. You want to stamp your signature. Like, you work hard to make the production, make those beats. You want to make sure that your stamp is on there.
Absolutely.
What about with your songs? Do you have a signature ad-lib that you've established? What is it?
I got a few of them.
Okay. Give us a couple.
One of my go-tos now is a good old yeah. few of those yes.
Yeah, it's the way you say it,
you
too.
You know, I like to just, depending on the record. So, yes, a go-to ad-libs. That's pretty much my one right there. I just...
Understood.
Like good, yeah, and I like to kind of talk under the verse just to give it this kind of like call and response feel. Like, of course, I'm rapping on top, but it's me kind of responding to what I'm saying in real time, too. So I have fun with ad-libs. They're all over the place. Yeah. But that, is kind of...
That's the signature.
That's my one, yeah.
Understood, absolutely. And that's dope how you're doing it, like you said, kind of talking behind it, because it makes it fuller, you know, kind of...
Absolutely.
So it's not... Because sometimes you hear songs, and I don't really know how to describe it, but it's kind of hollow sounding. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need those backgrounds and stuff in there. How long does it typically take you to record a song?
Not long.
Yeah, you quick with it?
Yeah, 15 or 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
In most cases.
That's dope. Yeah. Staying on the production side, let's talk about that a little bit more. How many artists have you had rap on your beats? If you had to take a guess.
I'd say 10.
That's good.
Maybe. About 10 different artists.
From your area?
Yeah, absolutely. Friends, people I know, like you said, from the area and even beyond a couple times, but I'd say 10 or so.
So do you feel that that's something that you're going to pursue more heavily is your production?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, right now it's something that I just recently tapped back into, and it's been incredible. It's exhilarating, and just like I said, the possibilities for what an artist can do with what I'm creating that makes it worth it to me.
Absolutely. You know? Are you currently mostly focused on like hip hop type beats, and then at some point in time, are you open to venturing out to other music genres?
Right now, I like to blend. Like, I feel like I pull a lot of different elements from different genres and kind of just make them part of what I'm doing.
Understood.
Bringing them into the fold. But yeah, primarily hip hop right now, maybe R&B. But I would like to get into any genre. I love music so much. It's like, if the music's good, I'm good.
Definitely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that's, you know, like Nick and I were talking earlier, Tap, because his song that he performed today is kind of like got a rock vibe to it. Yeah. And I love that because it's going to open you up to a broader audience.
Absolutely.
And that's the goal, right? The goal is to take over and be marketable in every genre, have, you know, every walk of life want to listen to your music.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In your city, let's keep it G.
Okay.
What's it like in Chattanooga right now for artists like yourself who are on the rise, producers like yourself who are on the rise? Is there a lot of support? Is there a lot of platforms?
There's not a lot of platforms, but I think it's changing.
Yeah.
Like the climate as a whole is changing. I mean, I think independent artists from Chattanooga are just kind of finding ways to break in, like finding their niche, finding their audiences. So right now, there's not many platforms, but I see that changing shortly with the growth and just kind of everything we got going. But as far as the climate, there is so much good music in Chattanooga, so many just talented artists and producers, and the list is so long, you know. But that's the climate right now. I think we're finally like, oh, hey, like this is us, and we want to be heard too.
It's a beautiful city, too.
It is.
It's just, in fact, the young lady that was with me on Saturday, Janelle Jezebel.
Yeah, shout out Janelle.
We were talking about, like, I asked her what she does outside of music, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. And she said she loves hiking, and I love hiking. That's my super passion. Yeah. So I told her I'm going to drive up there, because it's only it'll take about 2 hours to get here.
Yeah, a little less than that.
Yeah, hour 45. I told her I'm driving up there, and I want to go hiking. I don't know. Is that something that you're into at all?
Yeah, I like hiking.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been, a few months, but Chattanooga's got great hiking spots. Like, it's just nice to get out there, connect with nature a little bit. And
have to ground.
You know, yes, you gotta stay grounded.
Understood. So when I come up there, maybe we can put a little group together and we could all go together. That would be fire.
Me know. That would be.
And
I'm down.
We gotta document it. You know what I'm saying? That would be super dope.
Absolutely.
So that's something you enjoy doing. What else do we know when you have some downtime, free time, some me time?
Yeah.
What can we catch you doing?
I'm playing Madden.
Okay.
Big Xbox
you a gamer?
guy. Yes. Madden, Forza. I was on 2K for a little bit, but they kind of made me mad. So I stopped playing, but mostly Madden and Forza. So I'm a big gamer. Then the gym. I love going to the gym.
Yeah, I can tell you look fit.
Well, thank you. I try, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much my two big things. I'm gaming or I'm in the gym. I try to have something that's not music that I can do sometimes as well, just to give you that break.
You have to balance your life, work-life balance.
Absolutely.
You have to take time for yourself.
Yes.
And you have to find what works for you, kind of like that mental therapy.
Yeah.
And that sounds like the things, you know, the gaming is probably like a form of therapy because you can just kind of release.
That's it.
Going to the gym is, I tell people all the time, it's more therapy for me. Of course, it's the physical, but it's that mental therapy.
100%. That's the biggest part of it for me.
Yeah.
At this point is just being able to have a clear mind.
Yeah.
Clarity.
Yeah, absolutely. When you game, do you ever live stream?
No. I thought about it.
You should.
know.
Jay Fresh does that. Maybe you can tap in with him.
Definitely. Yeah, we're going to have to tap in Jay Fresh. You can put me on the game.
Big.
Yeah.
Because that can open you up to a whole new audience as well.
True.
If you're doing it on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, a lot of people, you know, live stream gaming on Twitch.
Right.
That could draw you a new audience in for you.
You're right. Absolutely.
So
tap into that.
Y'all see it coming soon. He gonna be live streaming.
Gaming.
Yes.
Get that work on the sticks. I got it.
You podcast as well.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
It's the Big Diamond Show. That's the podcast.
Oh.
My good friends and brothers are my co-hosts. Shout out Darian, Amari, Cold Game 6. All those guys are dope. They co-hosted with me.
Nice.
It started, I mean, we've been doing it for a while, 2020, into 2020, going into 21.
Wow, nice.
Yes, it's just been under development for a while, but it's a fun time. We like to just talk music, talk, you know, sports, give our bad takes and opinions on things, and we just keep it light and fun and try to be informative too if we can. But yeah, that's another one of my, I won't say a side quest or a journey, but certainly something that I love and that I'm interested in doing as well. So we'll see where that goes.
Absolutely. It's a big thing. And during like the pandemic, a lot of people tapped in with it.
Yes.
And I love that because everybody has their own formula of what they talk about, what they do. Like I've been doing it for 13 years now. And for me, it's been strictly just interviewing. But I said this year, which I already got the flyer made. Y'all ain't seen it yet. Y'all hearing it first right here with him. Yes. I'm going to start a talk show segment. It's going to be Real Talk with Tampa. It's going to be 30-minute segments, just talking about life topics and stuff. Because I'm like, I love interviewing, but I'm like, there's other things we could be talking about.
Yeah, true.
So on your platform, I know you got you and your co-host on there. Do you ever bring guests on there?
Yeah, we just started doing, we started bringing guests on recently. Because at first it was just us. Yeah. First it was just me by myself.
Yeah.
And I brought my homie Darian in, and then Cold Game 6, and of course the latest edition, Amari. And we just started doing guests as well. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Just about the conversations you can have with people and how they mesh with us. And
I love it.
Yeah. So that's interesting too, but a new thing.
Definitely. Sure. You build that chemistry with people. That's what's so important.
Absolutely.
So it's called the Big Diamond Podcast?
It's the Big Diamond Show.
The Big Diamond Show. Yep. Where is it available for people to go watch?
It is available on YouTube, also on Spotify. There's a video podcast on Spotify as well. So we do have a couple video episodes on Spotify. But we are on YouTube at the Big Diamond Show and Instagram at Big Diamond Show for clips and reels and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. And people can tap in there with you if they're interested, maybe booking to come sit down with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, please tap in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. On the music side, have you released any full bodies of work, within maybe the last year or two, or are you focusing on them singles?
No, I have. I've put a full body of work out. Last year, I put an album out called The Disconnect.
The Disconnect. I like that. Tell us about it.
Thank you. That album is pretty much like my ego death.
Yeah.
And just taking some time to say things are kind of all over the place. What am I connected to? It might be time to just kind of disconnect and refresh and unplug. And like the album literally just walks through that journey for me. It's my favorite body of work so far. It's 7 records.
That's a good amount to listen easy.
Yeah, just not too much, but didn't undershoot it either. So, but yeah, the Disconnect is out right now. You can stream that everywhere. And yes, so that's what I've put out in the last year as far as full projects.
Understood. Let's dive in a little bit deeper with it.
Yes.
It's called The Disconnect.
Yeah.
7 songs. How many of those 7 did you produce?
None on this
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shout outs. Who's some of the producers you worked with?
Shout out to Turk Money, Tunga. I'm missing a couple people.
It's okay.
I know Turk Money and Tunga are 2 big producers on there. That may have been the 2 people that I went to because, like, a lot of the songs had the same producers. Trash Bag Beats from Memphis as well.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Trash Bag Beats. That's hard.
He got that Memphis, like, just the sound. He actually produced the Rainy Day in Gig City record.
Okay.
Yes.
That production is fire, too.
He is nice.
Yeah.
He's done some work with Big X The Plug, and I know a lot of other artists as well. But yeah, so Trash Bag Beats, Turk Money, Tunga, I think are the 3 big producers on there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Have you shot some visuals off the project?
Yes, we have a Rainy Day in Gig City visuals. So that's coming soon. I'm really excited to put those out.
Absolutely.
But other than that, no, nothing yet. But I'm still tapping back in and just revisiting and seeing that there's so much life in the work still. So
listen, you don't necessarily have to put it out immediately.
Right.
You know, the content is great.
Yeah.
But there's some artists out here who what record? Juvenile just put a video out, I think 20 years later to one of his songs. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Chris Brown, one of his songs that went up, it was like 2 years after it came out that he put the video out. So, you know, like, again, it's your journey.
Right.
You do what works for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And you don't even necessarily have to always shoot actual music videos. You could just get like a video of you in the studio turning up, or these mic drop performances and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great content.
It is.
Great content. Definitely. Taking it back, you know, to the music again, staying on the music subject. You are currently, like you said, you're typically trying to release them every 4 weeks, right?
Yes.
What's your most recent release?
My most recent release is a record I did produced by Yuri. It's called 23 in Cleveland.
Yeah.
It is a kind of a play on, of course, LeBron, number 23 in Cleveland, and just...
That's hard.
Thank you. It's a real hip-hop, boom-bap record.
Yeah.
We shot a video for it with the DJ on the turntables, and it came out great. That's my most recent release and video.
So everybody that's tuned in, checked in, make sure you guys go check out his music. Tell them on the platforms exactly how they can find you. Yeah,
I'm on any streaming platforms. Zan Dretti, ZANDRETTI. That's all streaming platforms. That's YouTube as well. Yeah, that's where you can find me anywhere.
Love it, definitely. As a music artist, you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
What do you feel like right now is something that you really need to work on within yourself as an artist?
I think just always having faith in what I'm doing, and just believing that as long as I'm coming from here with it, then it'll be good.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Do you feel like that the album you did, The Disconnect, kind of ties in with that?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. That album is it's special to me because it's some of my most vulnerable rapping. I dressed it up nice to make it palatable, but yeah, it's some of my most vulnerable work.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, you know, you just got the mirror up, looking at it, and
taking that accountability.
Yeah, tough.
It's so tough, isn't it?
It sounds good. In theory, being accountable sounds good.
Sounds great.
But you know, it's tough when you really decide to be accountable for how things have gone and how they haven't gone. Yeah, it's tough.
How important is that for you, not just in music, but in life, to like sometimes just take that step back and like look at the bigger picture of yourself and say, you know what? I need to work on this. I need to step up my game on this. Like, is that really important for you?
Yeah, it is. And especially as I continue to get older, I think I do a lot more of that than I ever have.
Yeah.
So I'm always like in self-improvement mode, or I try to just take my time to decompress and just, all right, this is what we're going to do now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think life has a way of telling us when we need to do that.
It will.
You know, whether it be our health. Like I tell people all the time, listen to your body.
Yes.
I just recently went through some health stuff, you know, nothing terrible, but I listened to my body.
Right.
If I hadn't, it could have developed into something worse. So, or just in life, if we're getting them red flags and them signals from people around us, pay attention to that stuff. It's important. Make that disconnect sometimes.
You have to disconnect. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's important to not ignore those red flags and energies that you feel, because that's the universe, and it's telling you this is good, this is safe.
Yes.
Or
leave that right where it's at.
Maybe not so much. Yeah. Let this be your last time. You know, and you have to. It's so important to pay attention to that.
Yeah,
it really is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You do a lot of stuff, you know, with the production, working with other artists, making music, shooting videos. What do you feel like is one of your strongest points as an artist?
I think one of my strongest points is that I feel like I can do anything musically. Like, it doesn't have to be just hip hop. Doesn't have to be, you know, just anything. I think if it's good, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of my strongest suits as an artist, just that ability to jump on this or go do this or to be anywhere. And I think it's a strength.
Yes. Absolutely. Do you find yourself like challenging yourself a lot when it comes to music stuff and, you know, doing new things?
Yes.
That's important.
Yes, absolutely. Because that's how you stay sharp.
Yes.
You know, so I'll do a record that maybe ordinarily I wouldn't do, or a type of record or a sound that I wouldn't do. But now it's like, okay,
yeah,
I could polish that up. That could be, we can do that.
Absolutely.
We can work with that. Yeah.
I know you said you have that record and maybe more than one with Trash Bag Beats out of Memphis.
Yes.
I love that name, by the way. That's just so dope. Trash Bag Beats. I love that. I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
Is there other people out of Memphis that you're currently or have worked with?
No, not yet. But I would love to make more of a Memphis connect, because I love all the Memphis music. It's just so Tennessee.
The sound is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, nothing at the moment, but hopefully more things materialize from that.
Definitely tapping in. Outside of music, what other business ventures do you want to pursue, or are you pursuing?
Ooh, that's a good question. Aside from podcasting,
does film interest you at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love TV and film.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that's just not on the back burner, but certainly in my bag of things I want to get into at some point. Photography, maybe as well.
Me too.
I love it. I'm an artist, so I love art in many different forms, you know. But I think, if maybe film or TV, I think that would be my next kind of venture.
Absolutely. Let's dive into that a little bit deeper. Would you want to get in film on the side of being an actor, or would you want to be like a director, or maybe getting your music, or a little bit of everything?
I think a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I like acting.
Yeah.
You know,
are you funny?
People say I'm funny, so I'm gonna agree with them and say that I'm probably funny. But I like acting, and you know, I actually was in a movie last year. Can we curse on here?
Yeah.
The name of the movie is Who the Fuck is Steve? It's the name of the movie.
I like that.
It is out on YouTube now, actually. Shout out to Wealthy Game Productions for casting me and put me in the movie. But I played Steve Steve.
You were Steve?
I was Steve.
Who is so
Steve?
Funny.
I was Steve. But I played Steve in this. Steve is like a crooked cop. He's working with all anything illicit and illegal is what he was doing.
I love that. That's
movie.
hard.
He's pressing cops and just running around, just being crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like my debut role. Like the first time I got to act out a role in a movie.
I love that.
Yeah.
You said it's available where?
It's on YouTube.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
I'm going to make sure I go check that out.
Yeah.
I love tapping in with those independent films.
Yeah.
Independent filmmakers and then, actors, actresses on the rise.
Yes.
So that was your debut.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
That was back in October or September. So it's been
fairly recently.
Yeah, pretty recent.
Dope.
Yeah, thank you.
And with you being a music producer and an artist, you can always, tap in on the side of like sync licensing where, you get your music, your production into a film. Have you registered yourself with Song Trust yet?
I do have a Song Trust account. I'll be honest, that's going back to your question about what I could be better about.
Staying on top of that type of stuff.
Some of that stuff, yeah, because it's tough. Like artists just want to like make art and give it to people, but
understood.
It's important to protect your work. Protect your work.
Absolutely. What I tell artists that you should do, because I've got an artist that I'm managing now, and this is something I've got him working on too, is set yourself like an admin day. You know what I'm saying? Like every Monday or every Wednesday or so whatever day of the week works for you, I'm going to dedicate an hour to doing administrative stuff.
Okay.
If it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Uploading my music to my publishing. A lot of artists forget to do that.
True.
You got BMI or ASCAP.
Yes.
So maybe just, or every other week or whatever, what works for you, set like an admin day and put it on your calendar so it's like not out of sight, out of mind. It's there for you to see it.
Okay.
You want to keep up with that stuff.
You're right. Absolutely. I'm going to putting it in my bag.
Yeah, admin day coming soon. I love it.
Yep.
Anything else that you have in the works coming up in the next few months that we need to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I have embarked on another musical journey.
Okay, tell us about it.
So I'm working on my next album, which is like a follow-up to The Disconnect.
Yeah.
But the name of the album is Who is Zan Dretti? It's the name of the album. So it's really the reconnection. Like after we disconnected, here's what we found out.
I love that.
Now we're going to tap back in.
So you're going to give them like the definition really of who you are through your music.
Yes, that's my goal.
Is it anticipated to release this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still writing now. It's in its earliest stages, but yeah, I anticipate on releasing it this year.
Are you going to keep it at 7 tracks like the other one, or you're not sure yet?
I'm not sure, but I really like that 7-song body of work. 'Cause it's just enough for people,
20-ish minute range, depending on the length, or maybe even less, depending on how long the songs are.
Yeah, absolutely. 20, 25 minutes. I think that's perfect.
Definitely.
Tough to do sometimes because I'm just from the era where I still kind of like the long albums.
Yes.
But different times, and I just try to keep it concise if I can, not too much.
So is the album itself going to have somewhat like a theme?
Yes. Yeah, I think the theme is just more self-discovery. Yeah. And just more of making conscious efforts to be where the love is at, to be where the light and the energy is.
Definitely.
And that's really what I'm trying to say with the album is, I just try to be love and light and energy in places, and it's tough.
It is, because it's an ugly world out there.
Yeah, it's tough. But
it's beautiful, but ugly people, I'll say that. There's some ugly people in the world.
Absolutely. And people are going to always be people, but I just try to keep my energy, as pure as I can.
Absolutely.
So a lot of that is going to be kind of the theme in and out of the album. Yeah. You'll hear a lot of that.
Absolutely. So we can anticipate that sometime this year.
Yes.
Y'all heard it coming soon. It's the Reconnect.
That's it.
The Reconnect.
It's the Reconnect.
That is dope, man. I love how you're kind of keeping it somewhat like as a theme, a playoff of the Disconnect album.
Yes.
Do you think you'll go on to make it almost like a series?
I thought about that. I definitely have thought about, just making it a series and just making more self-discovery, more light, and just more good energy.
Yeah.
And just maybe seeing how I can play on that and play into that. But I definitely have thought about having maybe a third or a fourth project at some point in this whole kind of series. Yeah. Like a whole circle, like, hey, we started here and we ended here.
No, that's facts.
So,
do you think that your actual sound on how you deliver your music is going to reflect differently on this one versus the first one?
Yes, because the first one, I wanted to have the theme, and I did. I had a theme where, like I said, it was about just kind of disconnecting, flushing out what didn't really need to be there.
Yeah.
But I still wanted it to be light.
Yes.
And to where people can cut it on and just enjoy it. They don't even have to hear it for what I'm saying, but just the sounds and the vibes. So I think this album may be a little different, just because I gave you that sound. And so now I'm going to probably try something different or get into more production. So it's just feeling it out.
I love it.
You know,
I love it. So we can anticipate that sometime this year. Y'all heard it coming soon.
Absolutely.
Anything else you have in the works that you want to make sure people are aware of before we got your social media?
Yeah, just the Big Diamond Show. Tap in, subscribe. That's an ongoing project for me. So that's my biggest thing right now. Then we got the album on the way as well. And 23 in Cleveland, out on YouTube right now. If you love hip hop, tap in. It's hip hop in its purest form.
Dope.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we about to give out your social media because it's important for people to understand the journey and where they can follow you. So go ahead and wherever you're available online. Yeah,
I'm everywhere at Zan Dretti, ZANDRETTI_. That's X, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm active mostly on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
But Zan Dretti _ everywhere.
Definitely. Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that support you. They love you. Anybody you want to give thanks to or shout out to?
Yeah. First of all, just shout out to the whole city of Chattanooga, number one. And shout out to Diamonds Make Gold, the whole team. Shout out 4-5 for locking this in. It's just a list. It's a crazy list. What kind of shout outs you want me to do? Like
whoever you want to.
Whoever.
Yeah, whoever needs their flowers right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the whole city of Chattanooga. Shout out Iggy's Loudmouth podcast, Diamonds Make Gold. Quattro Cinco, Manny Muniz live label. I'm just thinking about all the dope things I got, that we got going on in the city, just to name a few. Yeah, just shout out T-Real McCoy Digital. Follow my guy, it's my videographer.
Okay.
So T-Real McCoy Digital. Hey, mom, hey, dad. And,
do you have kids?
I don't.
Okay.
No, not
okay.
right now.
So coming soon. Well,
coming
not soon. Yeah, they'll be here at some point in time. Soonish. Yeah, I like that. Soonish. No, that's dope. But shout out to you.
Thank you.
You're super dope.
Thank you.
You
I
got
appreciate
great
that.
energy.
Thank you.
Great energy. This room is full of good energy. I'm loving it.
It is. You can feel it.
You feel it.
I felt it coming in.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My last question for you, and this is the most important one.
Okay.
We're live.
Industries.
Big Industries most wanted, not the little one.
Yes, sir.
Chattanooga in the building. Shout out to Zan Dretti, man. Go ahead and tell everybody what makes you the industry's most wanted.
What makes me the industry's most wanted is I can do anything and I can do it well. And time will tell. But I think that's it. I'm plug and play. You know what I mean? On like LeBron or something. Just add me in and we going to get it done.
Put me in the game, coach.
Put me in. Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Huge vibe.
Yes, thank you so
Coming
much.
to hike with you guys soon.
let me know. I'm for
I know.
real
I'm so.
now.
Me too.
We're gonna tap in.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
You got my word. Word is born.
Yeah, for facts. Hell, facts.
We up out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Stick to the plan I did. A rainy day in the gig. Stick to the plan I did. Stick to the